Hi everyone, it's Ronita Baird, PEI's medium, and I'm here this week for Angel Talk Thursday, our weekly Facebook Live where you can come in and join me and write down any comments or questions and just listen in. So tonight's talk is about spiritual shock. Well, everybody knows what shock is. Oh, and first of all, I'd just like to welcome everyone. And I want to make everyone aware of my webpage, RonitaBairdPEI.com. I also want to make everyone aware that I do private sessions with people on a weekly basis, and you can easily access what I do on my webpage, RonitaBairdPEI.com, under the services page. You can also check out some of the other things that I do as well, and the other things that I offer. So that's my webpage, RonitaBairdPEI.com. So in regards to tonight's session and our weekly Angel Talk Thursdays, when I do this, first I do a little talk or a little lecture, a mini lecture on a spiritual subject. Tonight's subject happens to be spiritual shock. And then at the end, I like to connect with everybody and connect with a few random people that have joined me. And when I say random, that means that exactly what that is. It's random messages for those who have joined us. Whenever the comments show up for me on the right-hand side of the page, they move fairly quickly because the more people that join us, the more the comments move. So I'm not seeing all of the comments at once. I'm only seeing a very small fraction of them. And because of that, if I give one person a message, then the next person will not be the person directly below them. It's not in order of appearance by any way, shape, or mean. If I could do that, I would, but I can't because of the way the Facebook comments go. When one comment comes on the bottom of the page, the next comments disappear. The comment on the top disappears, and so on. So the more people that join us for the live, the less I can see. But I do review them, and by reviewing them, I'm asking everyone to please be respectful in your comments, both towards myself and anyone else who is commenting on my page. Okay, so we'll get right down to it here. And tonight I'm actually going to try to be a little bit techie, and I'm going to try to, at the end, after I do my little lecture, I'm going to attempt to bring someone on and share the screen with, so that everybody can see who I'm talking to, and I can see who I'm talking to, because it would be kind of nice to actually see the person live and not just be looking at a name on the page. So anyway, welcome to those who have joined us. So spiritual shock. So spiritual shock is something that happens when something impacts our spirit or emotion suddenly and unexpectedly. So this is when the sudden and the unexpected happens in our lives. Now, most often, the most severe spiritual shock is when somebody really close to us suddenly passes away completely unexpected. It can really shock the system, so it can shock us physically, but the shock physically also masks what's happening underneath in the spirit and the emotional bodies, because that shock can be long-lasting. It can be extreme, because if everything looks good out here, it may not be looking good inside, but you can't see that. If somebody has a broken leg, you can see that, and you can envision the pain that they're experiencing. You can see that they probably have a cast on their leg, or they have bruises. You can probably see that they're going to physio and doing exercises to strengthen it, and you can probably see that that result continue onward, because perhaps, you know, even a year after it's happened, on a rainy day or a hot, muggy, humid day, that joint may bother them again, and you can see that. But when it comes to spiritual shock, you can't see that, and it can be extreme in some cases and last a very long time, and the person themselves may not even recognize that they have it. All of the little things that we experience in life that throw us off of our game can leave us a little bit shocked. An example might be that suddenly our car, the one and only car in the family, breaks down and dies, and we're like, what do we do now? That's a little shock. But the sudden and unexpected passing of a loved one can bring major spiritual shock. And there are steps that we can take to help the person. And in the very beginning, when someone experiences spiritual shock, you really have to be vigilant with the person, because they may often put up a bit of an energetic wall, but it may feel like a brick wall to you, because you may get a lot of no's, you may get a lot of hiding behind "I'm fine." You may get a lot of hiding behind different types of, they may engage in an activity that may actually really be out of their character. So the things that we can do for physical or spiritual shock are: number one, call on the Archangel Raphael. So the archangels are powerful angels. They are omnipresent and can work with many people at the same time. And Archangel Raphael is the healing angel. So no matter if it is physical illness or emotional mental illness, Raphael covers all of those aspects of health. So there's a prayer that goes with this, and the prayer is: Dear God, I call upon the Archangel Raphael to surround me or the person in divine healing light and love now. I ask that this angel stay with me night and day, bringing divine healing to me and everyone involved in this situation, and then describe the situation. Please help and guide to divine and perfect health now and always. Thank you. Now you can rewind this, or you can also find this prayer on my website, RonitaBairdPEI.com, under Ronita's blog. There are several angel-guided blogs on my website, and this prayer is on there, so you can easily access it there. The second thing that you can do to help someone or to help yourself if you've experienced spiritual shock is to use the Bach Rescue Remedy. So this is, I like this one because it's in a dropper form, and it's a liquid, and this is so gentle, and it's completely non-reactive with any and all drugs or medications people are on. The only thing is that there's a little bit of, as a preservative, because this is in spring water, and to keep the spring water fresh, there's a little bit of alcohol preservative in it. So if some of my clients that are alcoholic will choose not to use the dropper form, they'll choose to use the cream form, or they'll also choose to use, I believe there's lozenges as well. So you can get this at any health food store, and I believe the Charlottetown Superstore also has it as well. But there's many different ways that you can use this, and you can use it with children, and you can use it with your pets and animals too, because they can also experience spiritual shock when their owner suddenly and unexpectedly passes away as well, because oftentimes our animals will go into a little state of shock and grieving process as well. So with this flower essence, you can use it in, you can place 4 to 5 drops under your tongue. You can place 4 to 5 drops in a soothing bath. You can place 2 to 3 drops in your water bottle and just sip it throughout the day. You can put 8 to 10 drops in 2 cups of distilled water in a spray bottle and spray it around yourself, around your auric field or your energy field. You can spray it just over your bed to bring healing to your bed before you go to sleep at night. And you can also add a little bit of essential oil with that as well, but just a little tiny bit, because a small bit of essential oil goes a long way. And for extra healing, you can also drop a rose quartz crystal inside the spray bottle. And for more information on this product and the many uses that it has, you can go to my website, RonitaBairdPEI.com, and check out Ronita's blog for the article on spiritual shock. And the third thing that you can do is you can place healing crystals around your home. And this crystal here is the one that I recommend the most for people. This is called rose quartz, and it is extremely gentle. And that's what people who are experiencing spiritual shock really, really need. They need that gentle healing energy. And you can place these around your home. You can place them on your nightstand, under your pillow, or some people will choose to use them in a bracelet or a piece of jewelry. So this is not rose quartz, but some people will wear pendants, earrings, rings, or bracelets that have rose quartz. And if you wear it if you have it in a bracelet form and wear it on your left hand, that will bring the energy into the heart, which is exactly what you want. So just keep an eye out for people, because some people may not even recognize and understand what they're experiencing with the sudden and unexpected passing of a loved one in their home or even in their community. Just be wary and be one of the earth angels for them. Keep an eye out, because so many people are hurting across this island and they need so much help and so much love and support. So be one of those earth angels, because now you know how to help them. And that's step one. Of course, the long journey in the grieving process it takes time, and it is specific to the individual. So just be aware of that as well. Okay, so now we're going to get into some messages. So again, I welcome your comments. Like I said at the beginning of this live, I don't see the entire feed. I see about 4 to 5 comments at once. And when new people join in to the live, those comments bump up. So I'm not seeing all the comments, but I do try to review the comments the morning after that I do the live, just to see who is joining me. And again, when I do choose someone, I'm being angelically guided to go to the individual, and it's not in order. It's not in order because the feed goes really, really quickly. So if I choose one person, well, that person's, the person that's after them, they disappear so quickly. It's just not the way it works, okay? So just please be patient. Please keep in mind that I do private sessions on a weekly basis, and I do them anywhere in the world. I have international clients, and I use Zoom video calling for that. Or you can come to my home office near Montague in Newport, and you can sit for the private session here in my office with me as well. So anyway, I'm going to start with a message for everybody, whether you're watching right now live or you are watching this on a repeat. Being guided to pull a card from the Archangel Gabriel. And the Archangel Gabriel is the Archangel. So again, Archangels are omnipresent and can work with many people at the same time. The Archangel Gabriel often works with teachers, with authors, with speakers. And Archangel Gabriel also works with parents to help you to be the best parent that you can be. So let's see what the Archangel Gabriel has to say for everyone this week to get us started and to get us going for this coming week. And there it is. Okay, so Archangel, if you tend to be a little bit visual and you tend to see colors out of the corner of your eye, that's angels. So the reason why we're saying that is because whoever's watching this, there's a few of you that actually do see those little colors out of the corner of your eye. And if you're looking for the Archangel Gabriel, you're looking for like a greenish, coppery color, kind of like this in the card, okay? Oh, and the message for everybody this week is time management. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, oh, yes. Archangel Gabriel is also the archangel that helps us with procrastination. So if we tend to be burning away some of our time and by procrastination, tend to be one of those people sometimes, I will call on Archangel Gabriel to give me that push to get going and motivated and get on with the task at hand. So the message is, place your priorities at the top of your to-do list and don't allow distractions to deter your focus. So yay, it's summertime. Everybody's having so much fun going outside and enjoying things. But seriously, you can't fill your day from 6 in the morning until 11 p.m. at night with everything, because you'll not get anything accomplished. So what this card is saying is to manage your time wiser by, number one, what are the top 2 or 3 priorities that you want to focus on in one day? So take it step by step. Don't try to tackle everything at once, because you'll miss your summertime. So learning how to time manage better is to your advantage for this coming week. So call on Archangel Gabriel to help you with that. So like I also said, I'm also going to try to be a little bit techie, and I'm going to try to, when I choose someone, I'm going to try to add you visually on the screen, and I'm not sure if I know how to do this, but I'm sure going to try. So I think what I need to do is I need to, what do I need to do here? I thought all I needed to do was to click on somebody and invite them. That's not going to work. Oh, shoot. Well, you know what? I think what I might have to do is I might have to actually practice doing that. Okay, but I'm going to start with Ferb Jay Bennett. I was wondering if my hubby Austin has a message for me. So I'm going to write this down, because by the time I write this down, your message will have disappeared. Okay, Ferb. And your husband is Austin. Okay, all right, let's see what Austin's saying. Okay. So I hear him talking about his beautiful, bubbly wife. And just lots and lots of love, heart of my heart, love of my love. Oh my gosh, this man loved you. If you didn't recognize that this guy is super sending you a lot of love from heaven right now. He also says to tell you that he's around you a lot, bringing you some guidance and helping you to discover peace in your life, because he says, you know, you've been working so hard and you've been striving and trying so hard that you really need some peace in your life right now. And he's encouraging you to start to feel more peaceful and more at ease with life in general. He says that you've worked so hard, and he said, you know, you really do need to focus on discovering what peace is and how peace will be so meaningful and so healing to you. And he encourages you to really focus on bringing peace into your life as best you can. And he says, please know, my dear, that I'm at peace. I'm so at peace. And he sends you a white peace dove, because I visually see him just taking this white dove and just reaching out his hands like this to you. So that's what he's saying for you. I also know that he is holding the month of August as being important. And he's also giving me the numbers 2 and 3. And I believe this is in connection to either children or siblings, okay? So I'm getting a 2 and a 3 as well. So, and that could be on multi-generations, so just so that you're aware of that. So those of you that are listening, when Spirit will give me a number like a 2 and a 3, and it feels like they're talking about siblings, they're usually talking about their family. So the 2, this is just an example, okay? So when they say the 2, it could be referring to I left 2 children behind. That's an example. 3, I have 3 siblings, or perhaps there's 3 of us on the other side, 3 left type of situation as well, okay? So just when they give me the 2s and the 3s and I'm feeling it in regards to siblings or children, that's all they're giving me. And because you know them, you can put the 2 and the 3 into relationship to them. So I send you off with that, Barb, and hope you find peace for this coming week. Okay, June Pino, Jerome, my dad. Jerome. Okay. Oh, he's calling you his little lass. His little lass, like L-A-S, like lassie. That's like a Scottish type of term. And your father feels so jovial and so upbeat. And he says, yeah, that's me, all right. And he's just kind of chuckling. Great sense of humor, an awful storyteller, because I know I'm picking up on this. I know this is a man who just, he loved the simple things in life, and he just loved and enjoyed music, and I could just almost see him sitting down, reading the paper, putting a pipe in his mouth, and having the Saturday Night Hoedown or some kind of music playing in the background. And this is what he's making me aware of. So these would be things, the simple things in life that brought him a lot of joy, you know, that he really liked and loved about life in general. He's also saying to tell, he's sending so much love to you. He's also talking about mom, and he wants, so he's just mentioning mom as well, and he's sending so much love to all of his family. He's also sending love to the grandchildren as well. And I want everyone to know that I'm in such a better place. I'm in such a better place, he says, but not just a better place by being in heaven. He's also a better place in his thoughts, in his mind, and in his heart, and so peaceful. And when I ask him what his message for you is, he says, my dear, you have to take it easy. You have to rest, is what he's saying. You have to take it easy. So if you've been go, June, it's time to just stop and take a breath and start to take it easy. Listen to Papa up there. He says he's watching over everybody, and he's showing me, and he's being funny when he says this, but he's got his wings all over everybody, he says. Okay, so I'll leave you with that. And I know everybody, that's commenting. Anyway, if you have any questions as well, or you want me to pull a card, whatever it is, but if you want a message from a loved one, first name in relationship to you. If you'd like a card, just say card, please. And if you have a question about angels or people on the other side, post it, and I'd be glad to answer for you as well. Okay. Oh, you've got 2 grandchildren getting married this year. Awesome. Oh boy, he'll be dancing at that. Take pictures, because Spirit will often show up at these special gatherings, and then you'll see what is called spirit orbs show up in your photographs, which is a perfect circle, and they're often translucent, so they're slightly white, but they're more opaque because they're see-through-ish, and they'll often be found around hearts, shoulders, or the top of the head. So pay attention to that. Ask your dad to show himself in his pictures. And what those spirit orbs actually are is a loved one's presence. Because they are pure energy, they can actually come so close to this realm of life that you see their energy as that round circle. Okay. Let me see. Barry McLean, Logan, your son. Okay. All right. So Barry, when I connect with Logan, he's sending you so much love. I see a double heart, which means that he's recognizing an anniversary of some sort coming up in the family that's either just passed or is about to occur. So double heart is like a happy anniversary, but 9 times out of 10 they're talking, so when they show me that double heart, it could be in relation to a wedding anniversary of anybody he left behind. So he may not be talking specifically to you, but in general the family. So we have to look at grandparents as well in regards to that anniversary, and cousins as well. So he's showing that the double heart is a happy anniversary card from heaven, and 1 time out of 10 that double heart is in relationship to an anniversary of a passing, and that's usually within 2 weeks before or after of the date where we are right now. He's sending so many blessings to you in this moment, he says. And he says, I want you to keep your chin up and keep your ears open, because he says there's good news coming your way, and he really wants to, yeah, he says there's good news coming your way. He shows me something about, he showed me a vision of somebody behind a wheel of a car driving, and I feel like this is to come, yet to come, but the driving is going someplace, and it almost feels like you'll be driving somewhere important over the next two to three, and I'm not sure if we're talking weeks or months, okay? So keep that in mind as well. He also says that he is so happy and so much at peace, and he's so joyful. He talks about his siblings left behind and so joyful watching over them. Yeah. And he talks about a cloud or doubt soon shifting and clearing. I want you to know how important you were to me, but I also want you to know how important you are to me. And he says, keep your ear open, because it almost feels to me like he's going to be whispering into your ear and helping to guide your thoughts somewhat. And that can be really beautiful. And Spirit will do that for many people. They will actually come so close to you that you can almost hear their thoughts. And their thoughts will be placed in your own thoughts. And the best time of the day they're going to do that is from about 4 a.m. until 5 a.m. in the morning, when you're kind of not in that full deep sleep, but you're not fully awake yet either. And Spirit will actually connect with your thoughts and guide you, because everybody talks to themselves on a daily basis, but what we don't recognize and realize is that when Spirit wants to talk to us and tell us something, they will place a thought in our head, and it'll sound like our own voice talking to ourselves. The way you can do the difference between recognizing whether it's coming from Spirit or coming from ourselves is that Spirit talk is always positive and directs you as to your next step. But negative talk comes from us. So if we're like, oh, we can't do this, and oh no, I don't expect that's going to work, that's us, not Spirit. So that's the difference between the two. So he says he leaves you with so much peace and so much love in this moment, and I'll leave you with that. Bernice Arsenault Noonan. Hello, Ronita. You look great in pink. Thank you. Could I get a message from my father, Hector Arsenault? Yeah. I don't know if Hector was a musician, but I suddenly have a lot of fiddle music and maybe going in my head, and I don't know if that's you or him, but I'm feeling a lot of fiddle music going. Anyway, I also want to, you're really special to him. Like he's always saying like you're his little pumpkin. And this goes back to when you were a little baby, because I don't know if you were really teeny tiny as a baby, but this is the impression that he's giving me, that I'm holding this teeny tiny baby. And Spirit will often talk about the times when they'll talk about the most special and glorious moments in their life. And it's the simplest things. It's like that first time you hold your little baby in your arms. And this is what he's showing me. He must have had gigantic hands, because it feels like he's got these big hands and he's got this tiny little baby in his hands. And that's the memory that he wants you to bring up with you. So just be aware of that. He's given me, I'm seeing wedding bells. He's holding wedding bells up and he's ringing them back and forth like this. And oftentimes this is recognizing either a wedding in the family coming up soon, or it's just occurred, or it could also be a engagement that's just happened as well. So be aware of that. Oh, he's also saying two. So it feels like there's two coming. So either an engagement or two weddings coming up is what he's talking about. Okay, and I don't know if somebody's thinking about trading in a vehicle or not, but he's like, yeah, it's time. It's time. So I don't know whether you just traded in a vehicle or you were thinking about doing it, but he's like, thumbs up. Like he's like, yeah, type of thing. He's also making me aware of two younger fellas, and I don't know if these would be brothers of yours or children, but he's making me aware of two younger fellows. So one is older than the other, but they're very, very joined. Like they're joined at the hip, and they're very similar in a lot of ways. He's making me aware of, and he's kind of watching out for these guys as well. Okay. And he says to tell you that you are the apple of his eye to this day. Okay? So I'll leave you with that. All right. Deborah Ann Byron Corkum. Card, please. Sure, Deborah. Sure. So I'm being guided to go to the Saints and Angels Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue. Love this card deck. Lots and lots of great messages here. So let's see what. Oh, your name just slipped, and I didn't write it down. Shoot. Okay, that's all right. You know who I'm talking to. Oh, there it is. Okay. So the message is Vision, Guardian Angel. So the Guardian Angels are telling me that you have had some ideas floating in your head, some really creative ideas. And this idea of vision means that it is time to take your next step. So recognize that the thoughts that you've been receiving lately, the angel guided thoughts, to help you and to encourage you on your next path, next step in life. So guardian angels connect with us to place positive thoughts and ideas into our self-talk to help us, to encourage us to go on and get going on that next step for our life purpose. So this card is a strong statement that, hey, guess what? You're right. We have been talking to you because we've been giving you vision. So not just vision, but we often think of vision as being pictures in our mind's eye, but not always. In this case, I'm really strongly hearing the angels say that we've been talking to you. We're giving you strength. We're giving you courage. We're helping you to commit to your life purpose and to your goals and desires. Call on us often and frequently for anything and everything that you need. Okay, so I leave you with that. Okay. Oh, Bernice, great. Yeah. Please. Oh, good. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Oh boy, everything goes so fast. It's really hard to see the. Okay. So Darlene Langell had a dream about her dad a couple of nights ago. Okay. So I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna talk about this. Okay, Darlene. All right. So, Darlene, oftentimes our loved ones in heaven will visit us in our dreams. Yay, you! Because how great is that? Because guess what? You woke up and remembered that. Because a lot of people don't remember that they had a visitation from a loved one in heaven. But here's the kicker. Because we have this conscious brain that gets us to work on time, pays our bills, make sure there's gas in the car, make sure that there's food on the table, and so on and so forth. That conscious brain keeps us going in the daytime, but it also will block us from receiving and feeling our loved ones around us while we're awake. But when we're asleep, that conscious brain is asleep. And that allows the other side of the brain, our intuitive, imaginative side, to really awaken, so much so that our loved ones can actually connect with us and we accept it. So that's what you did the other night when you dreamt of your dad, okay? And that goes for everybody. So you can invite your loved ones into your dreams at night and then ask your guardian angels to accompany you and to help you to retain the memory of connecting with them so that when you wake up, it'll leave you with a feeling of peacefulness. So when I connect with your dad, Darlene, I feel like he is surrounding you with so much love. And I see him around you when you're in bed, because he shows me a vision of himself just watching over you, almost like a protector while you're sleeping. Okay? I don't know how long he's been gone, but I see a vision of you lying in bed with tears still streaming down your cheeks, like you are still missing him. And it may be longer, but it still feels so fresh, is what he's saying. He says, tell her that I love her, and tell her that I am watching over her. Tell her I'm guiding her. Tell her that I give my whole heart to be with her again. Tell her that, like, this man is just wanting to heal your heart so deeply, and from such a place of caring and love. He says he now understands why. And I'm not being given any more on that, but that's a message that you need to hear. He says, and I'll say it again, he says, I now understand why. And this, I feel this pertains to a conversation that you had with him prior to his passing, like before his passing. He's sending you prayers of healing, he says, because he shows me his hand going like this and sending prayers to you. And he's just, the kisses are going left, right, and center to you and everybody in the family. And he says he feels so much joy. I feel so much peace. I feel so much better. I feel alive, is what he's saying to tell you. And he wants you to remember that, because he's singing and dancing for joy, he says. And he wishes that he could watch you do that again. So I'm going to leave you with that message from your dad, and wish you a beautiful and joyous night tonight. Okay. Kimmy Beck, messages from my father, Brian. Yeah, sure, Kimmy. Okay. Oh, my baby girl, he says. Oh, he says, so he's calling you his baby girl, and he's just blowing so much kisses. He says, I made it, I made it. He says, and he goes like this with me. It's almost like he takes my hands and goes like this, because this is a memory flashback to him with you. So I'm seeing this. So I don't know whether you did that with him or he did that with you. He says to tell her that he felt her final kiss goodbye. Because spirit, even though when we pass, and when our physical bodies are transitioning from this world into the next, what happens with us is that our spirits will actually be watching over everything that's happening in the room. So watch what you say, because if you're in and out, if you're a nurse or any kind of practitioner and you're in and out, and just because the patient is non-responsive does not mean that they're not listening and hearing and understanding. So Kimmy, he's making me aware that you may not have known that you kissed him goodbye, or you may not know that he knew. He's telling me to tell you that he felt your final kiss goodbye, okay? I also want her to know how special she is to me, and it gives me joy and lights me up inside to watch her and her family. I want to thank Roy for everything that he does for his family as well. I could not have seen you marry a better man. It brings me joy, and I can rest peacefully knowing that you are in the arms of an earth angel, is what he's saying to tell you, okay? And his passing was very joyful because he wasn't alone. He was met by many friends and relatives. And he says that's really important for you to hear. He says it's part of your path and journey to continue onward and upward. You are very much needed on this earth, my child, he says to tell you. And he says you are needed to be a mother more than anything on the face of this earth, because he said of all of the things, your life journey and path will be mostly being a mother to your children. So he says, I leave you with so much joy knowing that I'm at peace And I made it to where I was meant to be. And the big smile on his face too, because he is very, very peaceful. Okay, I'll leave you with that. Kathy Toons, any messages for me? Let's see, Kathy. So I am being guided. Oh. So Kathy, I'm being guided to use a card deck that I often use with clients. It's called Talking to Heaven by Doreen Virtue and James Van Praagh. So I studied with both of these people. James Van Praagh, of course, mediumship, because James Van Praagh is a pioneer of mediumship in the United States. And I also studied angel therapy with Doreen Virtue's oldest son, Charles Virtue, as well. And this particular deck is messages from our loved ones on the other side. So spirit, when I say spirit, I'm talking about angels and deceased loved ones, non-physical life. And spirit wants me to pull a card for you from this deck. So let's see what spirit has for you. I know I hear the word joy. I know that Spirit's talking about amping up your joy. Your joy meter's been a little bit down lately, and Spirit would really like to come close to you and just amp that up, just to kind of bring you, fill your meter type of thing. Because, yeah, like you're being pulled in a lot of different directions too. They're making me aware of. Okay. So the message that Spirit had me pull for you, my love, is this one right here. The pieces of a puzzle card. And although you may not understand it now, everything happens for a reason. And that is so true. Everything, every experience, every relationship that we encounter on our journey on this earth serves a purpose. The purpose is that so that we as individuals may learn and grow about us. It is so never about the situation. It is so never about the other person. It is so never about the relationship. It's always, how do we learn and grow? And once we catch on to what it is that we were supposed to learn, that will stop happening in your life. Because you ever notice, it's like the universe loves you and supports you so much that, you know what, if you don't get it the first time, they'll bring you another situation that's similar, so you can learn it again. And if you don't get it the second time, they'll bring you a third one, and so on and so forth. So as soon as we learn, oh, that's what I need to recognize and understand, then you can move forward into being fully joyful within self and loving self for who you are in this world. So if you're uncertain as to what it is you're supposed to learn, ask the angels to lovingly accompany you into your dreams tonight and tell you what it is that you're supposed to learn about yourself so that you can let it go. Forgive, release, and then move forward with joy and with peace, because guess what? You are so deserving of being joyful every day. You are so deserving of having so much peace in your life every single day that you walk this earth. So you want to get to a point where nobody can pull that joy or peace from you. Okay? So I'll leave you with that. For anyone, yes indeed. Okay, we're coming really, really close. So I'm going to end. Brenda Hill, card for you. Of course, Brenda. Of course I will pull a card for you. So I'm being guided to pull from the Archangel Gabriel Oracle card deck. Again, Archangel Gabriel is a beautiful archangel that can work with many people at the same time. Archangel Gabriel works with teachers, with authors, with speakers, and with parents. So let's see what Archangel Gabriel has to say to you. Ah, there it is. Oh, agent or manager. So I'll just hold this here for a minute so that you can read it. And just remember as well that you can always, about 5 minutes after this live ends, you can rewind and listen to your section over again. Okay, so the message is, agent or manager, your work expands its reach as you partner with a professional who can help you. So, my dear, what is it that you're up to lately that you need a little bit of help with? And that's what this is calling for. So this card says that you need help from somebody else to help really get you going on what it is that you set out to accomplish here. So an agent would be somebody that helps push somebody forward. A manager is someone that can help you manage your time and manage appointments and so on and so forth. But what this card is strongly saying is that you need somebody else to help. You can't do it all by yourself at this point in time. So maybe just a little bit of help to get you over that hump and get you going onto your path and make things a lot easier for you, okay? So remember, your work expands its reach as you partner with a professional who can help you. So who is it that you need? Ask the angels to show you who the best helper for you in this situation will be, and then let them do their work for you. Okay? All right. All right, let's see here. And Rachel Cheeseman. Okay, yes, of course I'll pull a card from you, Rachel. Okay. Oh, this one. Ooh. Daily practice. The more you practice your new skills, the more comfortable and confident you become. So Archangel Gabriel is making me giggle when he's coming around me to pass this message along to you, because he's really, really happy about everything that you've accomplished and set forward to do with life. He says you're going to make a great difference in this world, and you may not see everything that the angels have kind of been laying in place, because they've been working behind the scenes, laying things in place for you. And he says just don't be judging things if they tend to be a little bit challenging, because they're not. He says just to kick that, like if you see those little red flags, just to kick them aside and keep going forward. Ask for Archangel Gabriel's guidance, because Archangel Gabriel will be with you and help guide you and help you stay focused, because you have to get at this every single day. So the daily practice is to hone your new skills. So just like if you set out to become a marathon runner, you just don't automatically overnight become a marathon runner, right? You have to practice, and that requires commitment, it requires time, and it requires that daily doing something to get your body and your mind mentally and physically and emotionally set for the end result. And that's what this card says. So every day doing something and keeping it practiced, okay? So I'm going to end this Angel Talk Thursday by thanking everybody for tuning in, whether live or whether you're watching this on a repeat. Please remember, you can always check my website out, RonitaBairdPEI.com, and you can always book a reading with me either. Remember, I have international clients and I use Zoom video calling, and we make the around-the-clock time differences work. So keep that in mind. And I'm sending everybody off with so much love, so much light, and so many angel blessings for a powerful and positive week ahead. I will see you next week. Bye.